just kind of hanging out with myself. I feel like I want to go up to 12 anyway. There's 12, I can sense that energy that we've been dealing with. Feels pretty intense today, and I'm trying to find a hook, a grapple hook to latch onto it. Something that'll keep me with the energy and keep me in a 12 or a 15 anyway.
Why don't you just relax and then go with your own flow there?
Greetings from the Pleiades group. Pleiades.
Mm-hmm. Good.
I'm having a visual sense of a flying saucer. Talk about high tech. First, I saw the outside and the inside simultaneously. Very elaborate. No rivets on the outside. Okay, I'm getting a motion to come aboard, so let's see what I can do.
Okay, stay in touch.
Inside is a baby, a child that's up here visiting with her mom, 15 months old. Her energy's with me in this thing.
Is this a child of your acquaintance or a child that has appeared with them?
A child of my acquaintance, Earthling from Tampa. Okay, this is my first dealings with extraterrestrial energy occurred in August of '82. I was up here camping with some friends in this area, and this child was in her mother's womb at the time. Her mother didn't know she was pregnant then, and so she was there. And during some meditations, contacted what appeared to be extraterrestrial energy. And the lady who I was with, her and I last night came to an agreement that this was most likely tracking the same energy. We came out of the spaceship that seemed to be establishing some connections, again with the child. Any purposes there? I can't detect right now. I think for the time being, it's just sufficient to have gained a recognition of some form of connection there, wherever that connection may lie. The question was posed about the government, the political structure. They're somewhat anarchists. Their energy is such have leaders, but the energy is such that there's not conflict. Each being has a sense of its own direction. Each being knows its function in the whole. So why should the being strive for different states? Do you follow that?
Not exactly. Do they have a form of communication with one another that's different from ours or similar to that?
In some respects, it's similar. They would consider themselves, especially in regard to Earth, as an advanced civilization. Writing the comparable, it's some pretty strange things here, comparable to our film and television, but it is on, I kind of see it and have a sense of it, but it's quite incomprehensible. That's the state of the art. They are also quite conversant with telepathy, especially in family units, family structures, where there is the equivalent of a blood bond. Their leaders are more apt to possess a full range of telepathic capability. Again, this is dealing with political structures. Their monastic order, which I contacted during the gateway. This is interesting. There's a little bit of confirmation there. The analogy is drawn. If we were to take our religious leaders, those adept in the esoteric arts, use that almost underline as a basis for the average person in their civilization. As one gains entrance into the monastic order, consider their powers of perception so enhanced, so keenly developed and refined, that we are almost as apes to them. There is a fine, meaning intricate, connection between this group and Earth. There is a bond of energy, almost like they are us and we are them, but in different frames of time. Perhaps those who survive the technological advances of Earth in future years will appear similar in biological function, political and religious structure as this group here. And in turn, they look upon us as their heritage. So they cannot abuse or willfully destroy those connections, because it would be the same as doing harm to themselves. But there is somewhat the sense of a warning not to take advantage, because their rules do not preclude taking what out of action is necessary for their own well-being, so that while they are one and the same, they also consider themselves distinct. I have the sense that that message is clear the way it's given. Is this so?
Well, it sounds as if they're saying that they are like aspects of us, or we are like aspects of them, and yet there's still a distinction.
Correct. We must refine the aspects. The aspects are in terms of energy more than psychological components, and yet in refined psychological thought that could hold true. I get a sense of being tentative in how they wish the lines, the connecting lines to be drawn between them and us, keeping it as a dual structure for purposes of preliminary investigation and knowledge. They subscribe that ultimately all energy exists and with a common basis. But this is energy, and the rules that their monastic order might draw forth from that reasoning do not apply to the civilization as a whole. I have a sense of military units. They are not foreboding, but they are quite capable of being used. I get a smile. In other words, we should just watch our step if we find ourselves confronted.
Look around and find out.
For example, it would be rather foolish and reckless to think that our tin cups and toys, that's an allusion to our military. It would be quite a mistake to pit our military against their technology. If there ever was a loser in a ball game, Earth would sure to be it. There is no menace in that. It's more like that's just the way it is. Let's get some ground rules established for better interaction and communication.
Here, in the present time, there's certainly nothing on our part that would be threatening or opposing to them.
You do not speak for your political structures, obviously.
No, I'm talking about us here, at the present moment here in the Institute,
Talking about a political structure that has you doing
efforts to open communication.
Indeed, at this time it was congressional
If
mandate.
they had perceived a threat, they would have bypassed the Institute. They recognize that there is the possibility of a true source of communication using the Institute as a vehicle.
Things ain't secret, dude.
Yes, well, I'm wondering about the question of their superior capacity to, if we should oppose them. That's not brought into question here in the laboratory or in the institute. We certainly accept that as a given.
I get the sense that this is establishing a framework for somebody out for somebody or something outside the institute to use as a reference.
Mm-hmm.